All right. Just want to make sure everything's right because I stuff this up so often. All right. New year of cryptic crosswords. Happy New Year, everybody. Just waiting another 2 minutes until this Friday. I'm gonna see how I go doing it as soon as possible rather than the next early in the morning. I mean, closer to midday on Friday rather than doing that. I'm gonna try and do it from a minute from now. So let's see how we go. If you got any questions, just put them in the chat. Hopefully I've recorded it all right this time. We will see. Only time will tell. There we go. Let's get into it. Let's double check everyone can see everything. That looks good. Let's do it. Doctor laces gin with a painkiller. I'm not sure. I think it might be an anagram of laces, gin, and A. So, laces, gin, A. And it is. It's a painkiller. It's an analgesic. In fact, I'm not actually sure how you say that word. Let's find out. Why didn't you want to play for me?
Analgesic.
Analgesic. Yeah, that's what I said. So that was just an anagram of A, gin, and laces. Analgesic. Pigeon's home crib. Pigeon's home crib on top of eaves. Not sure. Not sure what that means yet. Got G. This one's G. 5 blanks. Laugh at a lot of old cobblers trimming leatherwork tool. I'm not sure about that one either. I know to laugh is to giggle, but I'm not sure about any of the other stuff yet. Second of Beatles anthems. Sorry, second of Beatles anthems cut from white record. Second of Beatles is E. Cut from white. Well, I want it to be album, but it's probably not album. What about this big one? Bush baby raised arms, leg, mashing grass, S9 blanks. I have no idea. Maybe I don't want to do any of these ones just yet. Let's just look for one we like the look of. Wimbledon software, surely I would know that. Stickler for Wimbledon software. Exposed cover story. Well, an alibi is a cover story. I suppose you'd call a lib a poly, a liberal, a politician. They're both abbreviations. So that's probably what they're getting at there. Making album probably right, but can't work it out just yet. Second of Beatles. Anthems cut from White. Malbino could be white, but and Alba means white, I think, as well. Alba. Anyway, Democrat against abandoning supporters for 50-50 issues. Not sure. Not sure at all. Uncovered scarf matted with hairs. Hot stuff. Well, uncovered scarf, it makes me think CAR is the start. I haven't gotten any further than that. With hairs. Maybe car and hairs anagram. Matted with hairs. Hot stuff. Car. Definitely could be an anagram of car and hairs. But at the moment, don't have enough to Didn't know that one yet. Andean Capital Guaranteed Boxing Clubs, 5 letters. Don't know. Don't know that one either. Slow start today. Could just be the time that I'm choosing to do it. We'll see. This one's referencing 4 down. Good to know. Can't see any easy free ones yet, but I'm sure they're here. What about this? Hold back occasional Wentworth captives. Occasional's a good word because it's usually either every odd letter or every even letter. Hold back occasional. Could be occasional Wentworth. T-O-T-E. Could be tote. T-C-T-O-T-E. Could be tote. We'll put in tote at the moment. Not sure. Canine woe. Vets teach to central cohort. I'm not sure. Probably toothache or something. Canine woe. Seems like something he would do. Especially with the letters of teach to. We have a HO here. I think it's toothache. Here's the letters of ache. T-O-O-T-H. Canine woe. So tote's looking good for the moment. A thesis is covering single type of lice. A type of lice, hey? Possibly aphids, because PhD would be the thesis they're talking about. Covering single. That would be the one. And I assume the is part is a PhD's. PhD's are theses. I don't know if I put that right. You know, I could look up to see if go aphids and see. is a louse. Small sap-sucking insects and members of the Aphidoidea. Common names. Nothing about being a louse. Type of lice could be. Let's go with aphids for the moment. What's this one? A photo captures. Gonna see if this is working. Yeah, it's working still. It's good. A photo captures onset of slime mold. Oh, hang on. It's aspic jelly, don't you? So on a photo, a pic captures onset of slime. S. And they say mold because it's jelly, aspic jelly. Can be molded, I guess. Don't know much about it. I know it's a jelly. Or can be a jelly. Teller half pierces empty cask for teller. Well, it must be this half piercing CK. So clerk is a teller. So far so good. Got a bit of momentum now. Roadies snag survey info. Not sure yet. What about this one? Forwards a contract linked to our organised trip. 2 words, 7 and 4. First words P blank C, 4 blanks. Forwards a contract linked to our organised trip. Organised trip sounds anagram type. Sounds like an anagram type thing. Not sure yet. Let's do some more bouncing around perhaps. I didn't like that. Well, it's a big one. Don't know what that stuff is. Car. What stuff? Something ash maybe? Char. Charisma. It's very close to charisma. Not sure.
It is Crossword Day.
It is.
On a technicality. I guess it's not a technicality, it's Crossword Day.
That's right. Fair to review novel phrase. Audio recorded outside.
Good night.
Good night.
Oh, wait, I'll close this door. Are you both home for most of tomorrow?
Should be, yeah.
Alright, I'm out in the morning, but I think I'm gonna open up this door again just so that all of this stuff that I'm trying to pack
Yeah, no worries.
can dry.
That's okay.
Thank you. Good luck with the crossword.
Thank you. What's the best way to go from here, I wonder? This one's quite interesting. P lunging spot 4-3. Lunging spot. Not sure. Democrat against abandoning supporters. Anti. Maybe anti. Fifty issues. Hello. Is this screen working all right? Bit of a different time today. May not end up doing it all this evening, but we will see. 4 downs, mate. I haven't got 4 downs still. Grey in the morning, maybe. You start in advance. It's good. Good. I spent a bit of extra time trying to make sure it was fine. Failed to review novel phrase. Poorly recorded outside. Well, there's surely poorly must mean. Well, I don't know, because recorded is on this side, and it could be a word that sounds like a word that means poorly. Or it could be an anagram of these letters here. No worries, I don't think you'll miss anything. Catwalk creep. Catwalk creep. Not sure. This one is an O. Other folds lining Lush magazine. If only I knew some more magazines. But I don't. I should be able to get that one, surely. Roadie snag survey info. Survey info. Ship on leaving tasty rump for kitchen. I think like the galley is like the, I don't know. Galley has something to do with the ship, but I don't know if it's a ship's kitchen. Galley. On leaving. Pantry. Oh no, yeah, it's galley. I can explain it too. I think there's a term that's galleon. See here. Yeah, galleon was a. Just want to make sure I'm saying it right too.
Galleon.
Yeah, galleon. Galleon. What's the definition here? A sailing ship in use from the 15th to 18th centuries, originally as a warship, later for trade. Galleons were typically square-rigged and had 3 or more decks and masts. So the idea was get the word galleon on leaving. So the on part of the word galleon is removed. So you just have Galle. Tasty rump is just Y. So the end letter of Y. For kitchen, which is a galley. Quite clever if it was a ship's kitchen as well. But I don't think that's the case, but it could be the case, in which case that's clever. Yeah, it is. It's the compartment of a. It's the compartment of a ship, train, or aircraft where food is cooked. Clever. Yes, this is confirming what I thought about this one. Grey in the morning or grey must be the definition. U start is probably Y, and then, or maybe the definition is in advance. But then I was thinking that IN could go before Y for a pretty typical word, like, I don't know, shiny. I don't know. To be confirmed. Still no 4 down, so that's no good to us, and an A is not really very good to us either. What did I think this was? Charisma, but that doesn't really make sense. Hot stuff. Magma? I don't know. Scarf. Uncovered scarf. Not sure. Not sure. Some reason I think it's like road work now, but that wouldn't be. Just because it fits, I just thought of a word that fits, and roadie, snag. But you wouldn't put the word in here for road work. That one will be helpful. Thrice go to jail cryptically. Can't even be an anagram of go to jail because it's 1 letter short. Just want to put like can. Go to jail. I thought this might be osprey. I don't know why, but I know that the wings of opens will be OS, and then I was just thinking of words that begin with OS. Quarry, as far as I know, doesn't mean prey, but it might. Who knows? Laugh at a lot of old cobblers. Trimming. Leatherwork tool. I mean, if a guitar is something. Never heard of it though. I don't want to look it up. I'm scared. Might be right. I might be close to being right. Stickler for Wimbledon software. It's like electronic line calling, Hawkeye, something else. Stickler. Point scorer. Point scorer? I don't know. That seems very strange, but none of the letters look too strange. Could be point scorer, but I'm not sure. Grey in the morning. Maybe. Grey in the morning, maybe. You start in advance. Oh, like a tea. Tea. Earl Grey. Grey in the morning, maybe. Could be early. Advance. In advance. Early. Like Earl Grey. Okay, Earl Grey in the morning. You start. So why? Cool. So it does go with point scorer. Boxing clubs. Fortunately cannot remember capitals very well of places, so I'm hoping that it'd be A, capital of Andean, because I don't know how this will mean clubs, but I suppose it could. Point scorer. Democrat. If this meant issues, this would end in S. Or start in S, rather. Lush magazine. Not sure. Issues. 50-50 issues. Supporters. So maybe there's another word for Democrat that has the word con in it, and you abandon it, and you get the first part of this, and then supporters is the second part of this. Or autors. 450-50. RTERS would be 50-50 of it, which doesn't really help me, unfortunately. Neither does 50-50 issues, so I'm not sure what to do with this one yet. Issues. big one. Don't really know where to start with it. Only know like campaigning. It's a relatively something campaign. So it'd be this word first, then maybe campaign here, which would go with album, which is good. Can I work out how I got campaign if I get campaign from this? Could be an anagram of sods and locals. Lots of S's, whatever it is. If that is it, let's try campaign. Bush baby, raised arms, leg, mashing grass. Oh, like Snugglepot, right? That's a thing, Snugglepot, cuddle pie. Tapping into deep knowledge there. Pot would be grass. Raised arms, guns. No, it's good. Snugglepot's a good one. So just explain arms. Raised arms is raising the word guns. It's another word for arms. Leg mashing, anagram of leg. And grass is pot, colloquially. So that's good. So it's probably this campaign. Issues. Well, it's probably allocates. But why is it allocates? Democrat against abandoning. Against, maybe anti. Anti or con, against. Supporters for 50-50 issues. Not sure. This basically has to be album now, even though I don't really know why. Other than it's a record. An album is very close to alba, which is white. Maybe there's some other form of it that 2nd of Beatles is E. 2nd of Beatles anthems. Cut from white. E-N. I have no idea. Anyway, I think it is album. What's this one now? Other folds lining Lush magazine. Could be some sort of anagram of folds or other. I'm tempted to go with other rather than folds because it's putting a lot of consonants into a space. It could be, but it's strange. It would be very strange. I think it's probably other. Like you can get short something, short, store something, storehouse. So imagine it's store. Imagine this is T-O-R-E-H, same letters of other. But souse isn't really lush, is it? Lush could be sound, storehound. Something I obviously haven't heard of, whatever it is. So it's not a point scorer now, it's something else. But it'd be something close to that. Stickler. Wimbledon. Tennis associated word. Come on. Blank, blank, you, blank, blank. Round. I don't know. Pigeon's home crib. On top of eaves. Koto? I don't know. Should be a coop, really, shouldn't it? But then what would this word be if it was coop? That'd be an O. So, a very strange word indeed. Oh, we haven't tried this one. Well, it was pretty easy because I am familiar with the book. Just an anagram of L and dud piece. Well, I was very far from the correct answer with point scorer. Stickler. I have no idea. Stickler. What's this one up here? Andean Capital Guaranteed Boxing Clubs. Well, clubs is probably C. Guaranteed Shore, maybe? So could it be? Could that be a place? It's like French sugar or something, isn't it? Yeah, okay, no, it's the capital of Bolivia, so that fits the bill. Uncovered scarf, matted with hairs. Hot stuff. It would have to be hot stuff or stuff, right? Stuff, hot stuff. Like star, I don't know. or something that's actually hot, I wonder. It's almost the point where I would write out the letters of car and hairs and take out the S and the O. But I can do that in my head. So the letters left, we would have CARHIR. Hot stuff. This has got it's got lots of letters now. And 20 would go first. Failed to review novel phrase. Poorly recorded outside. Failed to review. Novel phrase would be 11 letters and I need 14. Poorly recorded outside. I would think that one would have been easier with the letters I have. I don't know the magazine. The E wouldn't really help me either. Snag survey. I'm tempted to put S here because I wonder if there's another word for roadie, and then it would be UDS snag. But that doesn't seem right either. Snag. Oh, okay. Roadie snag is probably feedback, right? Because feedback's something you get from an amp, and survey info is feedback. That seems good. Oh, it's looking like storehouse or something, right? Storehound. Storehold. What's lush? SO. 3 blanks. Lush. Lining lush. Could be smooth. But then that's too many letters. Lush. Sound is my best guess so far. Storehound, but I've never heard of that. Which does happen. Forwards a contract linked to our organised trip. Forwards. Well, it'd be nice if I knew what that first word is. Forwards a contract. Surprise trip. Pack something. Forwards. Could there be CCs or something? No. I'm doing too badly. Stickler. Could be holder or bender. Don't know that. I don't know that one. I don't know that one either. Caucus leader to amend doctrine. 5 letters. Could it just be C, which is the leader of caucus, and then a 4-letter word that means to amend? That will mean doctrine. Doctrine. Well, that'd be C if it was. Tricky stuff. P, lunging spot. Lunging spot. Plunging spot. Deep end? Okay. Like the end, one of the ends of the word deep is P. I assume that's what they're going for. Take the plunge, go into the deep end. But this doesn't help me with this, it just makes me more confused. Catwalk, creep. Creep. Just want to say promenade. But that's probably not right. Catwalk. There's a question mark here, so maybe there's something I'm not getting. Catwalk. Pussyfoot? Pussyfoot? Could it be pussyfoot? Would that really stuff up everything? What's this? Credo. Redo. Oh, it's all coming together. Cryptically, I guess it's ... Thrice. Would that be right? I don't know. ... is here. To jail twice. Thrice go to. Maybe. ... Because it's here. But I don't get it yet. And this would end in O, which is not fun. This would work with Osprey. Maybe it is, I don't know. Do I put in all these letters? Locals and sods. See what I can come up with. That is a weird word, whatever it is. But doesn't have an S in it, so there's one Eston. It's almost like the word colossal, but it's, or colossus, but it's not. Maybe I've got the wrong idea about that one. Especially if it was sound, because N is not in locals or sods. But I don't have a good feeling about storehound. That doesn't make sense, really. This could still be Gatal. Which I've never heard of. That'd be A if it was. Does not look promising. A blank U. What, like Azure? Be nice if I could verify ... Which I can, but I don't want to, because it's cheating. Go to jail. What would this word be here? That would be the end of a phrase. It might not even be ... Let's get rid of that. Perot initially lifted loop in oxygen bubbles. Where's the C come into any of this? That's what I don't know. And also, what is this word? Because all of these have to be right, really. Package, probably. Forwards. Package. Package deal. Package deal. Let's try work out why it would be package deal. Organized trip. A contract. Will it give me anything else? Oh, that's Osprey wouldn't be right if that was deal. I don't know if I should be worried that it's not right, but the E wouldn't fit for the anagram for locals and sods either, which also looks awful. Locals and sods. Must be a term I've heard, something campaign. Tricky. Still don't know what that is. Not that it would help me too much. Perro's like a detective, right? Oxygen bubbles wouldn't be. That wouldn't be a definition. It would be know something about this guy. And that's all I know, I'm pretty sure. Oxygen bubbles. If there's a word for loop that you can put C into, a word that means a loop has a C in it, basically. Small word. Don't know. No, I have no idea. Would Osprey help me here? Not really. Pero initially. Oxygen bubbles. I was thinking that the loop in oxygen would just be an O, but then you're left with really strange letters to put here. It'd be nice if I could work out why it would be package at all. It's kind of the only word that can fit there, right? Package. Trip. Package plan. I don't know. You say package deal, that's what you say. As far as I know. Package. Stickler for Wimbledon software. Wimbledon software. Something reader? Court reader? Oh, like in a court of law. Court readers. I think maybe stickler's a bit unkind, but I suppose that unless I'm not understanding stickler, you have to make sure everything's precise, I guess, in a court of law. This could be koto, which I've never heard of. And this is no longer guitar, if it is court reader. But I don't know what it is, if it's right, court reader. Uncovered scarf. Matted with hairs. So my anagram idea is no longer correct. Uncovered scarf. Matted with hairs. Could be car here. Hot stuff. Matted with hairs. Hot stuff. No idea. Wonder if Koto is a thing. I'm just thinking Koto because it's the Eve letters of crib on top of. But as far as I know, Koto, K-O-T-O is like an instrument, but I've never heard of Koto, and it doesn't seem like the internet's heard of it either. Give it one more try, but it doesn't really seem to know what I'm talking about. Well, it's definitely a word, just not in English, which is not good. Hot stuff. Hot stuff. I have no idea. Could be an anagram of hairs at the end, but sure. Hot stuff could be like some sort of pepper. Not really sure. I don't think you spell sriracha that way. But it'd be very close with the letters I have here. Court reader might not be right. Is it spelled like that? Because that'd be car, and that'd be hairs. That has to be sriracha. Well, I'm glad because court reader was not my favorite. So maybe it's not right at all. Have I spelled sriracha correctly? I have. Always good to check. Yes, a spicy sauce made with red chili peppers and garlic served, especially with Vietnamese and Thai cuisine, pardon me. Stickler for Wimbledon software. Court sounds good. Court. Software. Court minder? No. H is pretty good though for this. pear-shaped. Failed. Went pear-shaped, maybe? That looks better. It was dot after all, probably. Dot, dot, dot. Well, novel could just be N, couldn't be? Or new. Sometimes he does that. Oh, new. No, new's here. Phrase is here. And then poorly recorded outside. Taped. T-A-P-E-D. Yep, that's all correct. Checks out to me. I'm gonna have to get back to people on the dot 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 other than this dot dot dot, because go to jail makes no sense to me yet. Thrice go to jail, which must have to mean go to jail must mean dot. It does say cryptically, which is very strange. Or maybe it's like Prosecco. Bubbles. Prosecco. It's funny you just come back to them and it just makes so much sense. Pero initially. Lifted loop. In oxygen. I don't know that yet. Pero initially is P. Rose lifted. Loop in oxygen. Loop in CC. Oxygen. Bubbles. CC someone. What I was talking about earlier. Oh, that's strange. Going well though. Is anyone with me on the journey? No? Maybe. Looking good for Osprey. What was this one? So many R's. It's definitely not. Definitely not anagram of locals and sods now. Locals and sods. It would have to be campaign, right? With those letters, would have to be. Forwards a package. Would forwards be a package deal? A contract, a deal. Linked to our organized trip. It'd be great to get any of these, to be honest. laugh at, guffaw, like that. A lot of old cobblers. But then that screws up the chord idea that I had. Stickler. I thought it would be fence. Can't be fence sitter. There's just too much that would have to be changed. And Snugglebot and Cuddlepie are right. Guffaw is to laugh at someone, but a lot of old cobblers. Trimming leatherwork tool. Fault. Fault minder? Could be a fault, couldn't it? Fault kidder, I don't know. Fault winder. I think a raptor could be a kind of bird, actually, but I just need to verify that prey can mean quarry, and it can. So get package deal out of your head. It's not right. Package might not even be right. Pickaxe. Forwards. Package pair. Package tour. Link to owl. Electioneering strategy involving locals and sots. I think that might be me for this evening. Almost done. Good effort. I'll be thinking of them. But no. Rius something. Glorious, no. Pretrius. Rentrius. Proportor. And I'm sure there are things that are wrong, but anyway. Oh, I should have changed the stream to the third. Oops, I'll do that later. Anyway, thanks for stopping by if you were here. We'll work this out tomorrow. Goodbye. All right. Sure that's going. Yep, good. Hello, everybody. Back to finish the crossword. This is where we got up to yesterday. I had 4 left. And I'm saying had because I have solved all of them. So I'll go through the ones. It ended up, this time here was me trying to work out why everything was everything. So I've done that as well. And then another minute or so to count how many clues there were so I could accurately make up a percentage in the title of this stream. So let's explain the ones that we had yet to find. Speaking of find, this was fault finder. If someone is a stickler, they might be a fault finder. And in tennis, a fault is a missed serve. Get 2 serves. A missed serve is called a fault. And a finder might be, a fault finder in Wimbledon might be the Hawkeye or the line, electronic line calling. So that's fault finder. This one I was thinking of storehouse, but I didn't get it for 2 reasons. Didn't know a magazine called Storehouse, but I also didn't understand the lush part of it. I got this, an anagram of other lining a word means lush. So the anagram of other is here, T-O-R-E-H. So I eventually looked up souse. And if you look up souse, you will get a term. Actually, you can go a couple of things. That's not the one I'm interested in. Define souse. To souse is to soak or soak in or drench with liquid.
Souse.
Said like that. I'll say it. Put it on again, a bit higher volume.
Souse.
Souse. But it is an informal term for a drunkard as well. And I thought, that sounds familiar. And I was like, lush can mean, I think lush has something to do with a drunkard as well. So if you look up lush, define lush, you can get, in the second definition, a heavy drinker, especially a habitual one. So, souse was lined by other as an anagram, folds, to get storehouse. And then I still didn't understand why magazine was storehouse. But once again, if you go define storehouse, if you go define magazine, not storehouse, the third definition here is a store for arms, ammunition, and explosives for military use. So I think that's what they're getting at with the magazine. So storehouse was right. We had one up here, which was pigeon's home crib on top of eaves, which was the definition is pigeon's home. Crib is a cot, and the top of eaves is eave. I'll define cote for you, but it basically means pigeon's home, or a place where you can keep pigeons. Yeah, a shelter for mammals or birds, especially pigeons. Cote.
Coat.
Yeah, there you go. The last one here. Bit of a funny one. Electioneering strategy involving locals and sods. Well, after I saw the S here, and there's no more letters you can get for this. I was going with Rius and Xerxes and stuff, service, pre-something. It was none of those things. I eventually got onto grassroots. Yes, very good. And why it was grassroots is because an electioneering strategy involving locals is a grassroots campaign. But sods, and I'm sure you can imagine what a sod can be. Obviously has something to do with grassroots. Sod, the first definition is the surface of the ground with the grass growing on it. Turf. So that's actually the first definition of sod, and not one I had committed to memory at all. So that's what a sod is. The surface of the ground with the grass growing on it. Turf. Or a piece of turf. Turf can be sod. So those are the ones I had yet to get, but now we'll do a quick recap. My time wasn't 18 minutes 56 seconds. It was more like an hour and 40 or something. Hour 45. Okay, there were many I didn't understand, so let's go through them. This one I did understand. This was a painkiller, analgesic, just an anagram of laces, gin, and A. Doctor was the anagram word. Mix those letters around, A, gin, and laces, analgesic. Andean capital. The capital of Bolivia is Sucre. Guaranteed, if something's guaranteed, it's sure. Certain, sure, guaranteed. Boxing clubs, and clubs was just C. Common abbreviation in card games, bridge card games, so C would be clubs. Poly exposed cover story, that was just alibi, but the cover story was exposed, so no covering. So the cover letters A and I, so just lib. Fault finder just explained. So grassroots campaign just explained that as well. Galley, understood this one. A ship is can be called a galleon. There's a certain kind of ship called galleon. But if you take the letters O-N out of galleon, you get G-A-L-L-E, and then tasty rump. So the end of tasty, which is Y for a kitchen. A galley is a kitchen on a ship, which is clever. I like that one. Haul back occasional Wentworth captives. I think the captives are just the letters of Wentworth, or imprisoned ones, I guess. Imprisoned. Back occasional Wentworth, so T-O-T-E. Just to haul, to tote something. To me, captives is kind of an unnecessary word here, but I think we're going with artistry. You know, Wentworth is a prison, captives. Wouldn't make sense to say haul back occasional Wentworth. So that's what they've done. Went pear-shaped, we understood this one as well. Something failed, it went pear-shaped. To review novel is new. So if something's novel, it's new. Reviewing it would be looking at it backwards, or the other way. Phrase poorly is here. So poorly is an anagram word. There's the letters of phrase in R shape. So the letters T, P, A, D, sorry, T, P, E, A, D are outside. So T, P, E, A, D is an anagram of taped. So poorly recorded is an anagram word. Sorry, poorly is an anagram word, and recorded means taped. So taped is outside phrase. Oh, actually, are they using poorly twice here? Oh no, sorry, I'm getting the wrong anagram. So taped is just taped. Recorded outside. T-A-P-E-D, and then the poorly phrase would be P-E-A-I-S-H. That's better. I like that better. There we go. Storehouse I explained. Aphids. Got this one too, really, mostly. PhD. Thesis can be a PhD. Is. You could say a thesis is about, sorry, a thesis is being written. You could say a thesis is being written, and you could say a PhD is being written, but you could say a PhD is being written with a apostrophe. Yes. So that's what's happening here. PhDs covering single, so that's 1. I is 1. Type of lice. I looked this up yesterday. Aphids are sometimes referred to as grass lice. So that's aphids. Prosecco. This one took a while. I was so against it being bubbles as a definition because bubbles is such a good wordplay word, but bubbles is what it was. Bubbles meaning Prosecco. Piro initially is P. Lifted is rose. To loop someone in, you might CC them. Then oxygen is O, as its atomic symbol. And bubbles, Prosecco. Peggy Stewart, I understand, but I don't really get it. I mean, I don't really like it that much. Forwards. You have a pack of forwards. I believe that's some sort of sporting term. Forwards, the pack. A, it's just A. Contract is get. To contract something is to get it. Linked to our. So our. And an organized trip is a package tour, which is a term I don't often hear, but there you go. This one was alright. Plunging spot. Singling out the P here is the deep end. So at the end of the word deep is P. And a plunging spot might be going off the deep end. That's where you would dive or take a plunge. You wouldn't dive in the shallow area, you would get hurt. So you take the plunge in the deep end. Clerk. Teller half pierces empty cask for teller. So it's just half of the word teller, L-E-R. Pierces empty cask. So nothing in the middle of cask, C and K. L-E-R goes into C and K for a term for a teller. Clerk. Teller. Catwalk, creep. I was thinking runway and stuff, but that wouldn't obviously fit. But cat is a pussy. Walk can be, use your foot somewhere. Catwalk. Pussyfoot is to creep. So you might say it's a cat kind of walk, Catwalk, creep. It's a funny word, this word, pussyfoot. Alright, on to the downs. Democrat. Make sure everything's going ahead normally. Yep, that looks good. Let's go back. Allocates. This one I didn't understand, but I worked it out. You needed to know that the word for supporters were advocates. Advocates, rather, not advocates. 50-50, 2 50s. Roman numerals is LL. But something is being abandoned. For the 2 L's, just stop it meaning supporters, because it obviously, this is not advocates, this is allocates. So D and V were here. How do you get D and V? Democrat is D, against is V. So D and V would have been there. DV abandoning advocates. AO-cates for 2L, so 50-50 LL. To allocate is to issue someone something. Aspic. A photo captures onset of slime mold. So the answer was aspic. How did we get it? A photo, you can say, instead of photo, you can say pic. A pic, P-I-C, captures onset of slime. The onset is the beginning of something, so the onset of slime is S. A pic captures S. A pic captures S. And once we're saying, as we're saying, aspic, it's mold here. It's aspic is a type of jelly, and if you look it up, it says a savory jelly made with meat stock set in a mold and used to contain pieces of meat, seafood, or eggs. So there you go. It's aspic jelly. Album. Oh, I have a real problem with this one. An album is a record. Second of Beatles anthems cut from white record. So the second of Beatles is E. But what I don't like about this wordplay is it also wants you to get the second letter of anthems. So it should say seconds of Beatles anthems. If you ask me, and this clue makes sense this way, seconds of Beatles anthems would be E-N, cut from white. And a very old-timey word for white is albumen. I think it's how you say it. We'll find out. Spelled A-L-B-U-M-E-N. And it said like this.
Albumen.
Albumen. So, definition for albumen is just egg white or the protein contained in it. There you go. Albumen. An egg term, egg white. Toothache. Correctly work this one out. Canine woe is a toothache. I was on the wrong track for a very small amount of time thinking this was a dog. But canine woe was referring to canine the teeth. Canine woe. Toothache. Vets is an anagram word. Teach to is part of the anagram. 7 letters there, and then central cohort is HO. So get teach, TO, HO, get all those letters, mix it around. Toothache. This one was a bit tricky for me. Things I didn't know. What we got there? Sorry, I'm yawning so much. To laugh at is to guffaw. Yes, to laugh at is to guffaw. Just making sure I'm saying that right before I move on.
Guffaw.
It is guffaw. Now the wordplay. The thing I didn't know. A lot of old cobblers. If you look up that phrase, a lot of old cobblers. They will tell you that a load of old cobblers and variants such as what a load of cobblers or just cobblers is British slang for what nonsense. That is derived from the Cockney rhyming slang for balls, which rhymes with cobbler's alls. Interesting that the all is there, AWL. We'll get into that in a bit. But anyway, what might more commonly be known, certainly by me, is that guff means trivial or foolish talk of or ideas. Guff. So that's where GUFF comes from. A lot of old cobblers. And then trimming a leatherwork tool, and what do you know, the leatherwork tool they're talking about was referred just before in what a lot of old cobblers. An awl, which is a small pointed tool used for piercing holes, especially in leather. So trimming it, AWL, no L, trim the L from all. Guffaw is to laugh at. A roadie's snag. Survey info. Snag is a interesting term, so I'll just quickly look up what exactly. If you look up feedback, second definition is a screeching or humming sound resulting from the return of a fraction of the output signal from an amplifier, microphone, or other device to the input of the same device. So that could be a problem for a roadie. Roadie's snag. And then survey info. Survey info is feedback. Let's carry on. Bush baby, raised arms, leg mashing grass. I just had good letters here and eventually just guessed Snugglepot as Bush baby. I happen to know that, otherwise it'd be quite tricky. Raised arms is guns. Arms are guns, like an arms race, guns. Raised is going backwards, so snug. Leg mashing, anagram of leg, GLE. And then grass is pot, informally. Informal terms for marijuana. Depend I explained. Did I explain it? Yes, I did. Code I explained. Grassroots campaign I explained. Sriracha. Uncovered scarf, CAR. Matted with hairs. Hot stuff. Car. Uncovered scarf. With hairs. Matted, I guess here is the anagram word. Because the definition is hot stuff. So if you move the letters of hairs and car around, you get sriracha, which is hot sauce, hot stuff. Osprey was right. My only hang up was that I didn't know that prey could mean quarry. I mean, I kind of did, but I kind of forgot about it. And a raptor, in this sense, is the type of bird that they're referring to. Actually, I don't know if I double checked that, but I'll check it now. Define raptor. Yes, a bird of prey, e.g. an eagle or hawk, is the first definition. So yep, osprey fits the bill. Snugglepot's mate, so that was pretty easy. You just needed to know Snugglepot and Cuddlepie. Left dud piece for recycling. So it's an anagram of L, which is abbreviation for left, and dud piece. L dud piece. Cuddle pie. L dud piece. Caucus leader to amend doctrine. So leader of caucus is C, and to amend something is to redo it. And doctrine is credo. I'm fairly sure I'm saying that right, but I could be incorrect, so always good to double check.
Credo.
There you go, credo. Early is in advance. That was the definition, in advance. Grey in the morning, maybe. All of that was a clue for Earl Grey. So, Earl. So, a tea you might have in the morning, Earl Grey. And then you start was why. Early for in advance. Puzzled over this one for a while. But, so the definition was here, ... 3 dots, ... Thrice go to jail cryptically. They weren't kidding. So to go to jail, you can say that if someone goes to jail, they do time. So do and then time is being abbreviated here because that's common. You can do that. Do T, do T, do T. Thrice go to jail cryptically ... And I think that's all. Every clue's been resolved now. So, yeah. Hope you enjoyed that recap. Interested in doing more cryptic crosswords if possible. But see what you all think. Yeah, and let me know next week if you have any questions about this one, and I can go back and rehash any particularly cryptic elements of any clue. Alright, thank you for watching if you're here. See you next time.